Start recording. Okay, so
Load. Oh, I see.
Is it? Can you hear me?
Well, I have you on my. Well, hold up. Let me try leaving this call and then just to make sure.
Okay.
And then checking it as if I'm not Okay, give me a second. Wait, where's the thing? Here it is.
Because I'm not even getting the notification that I can edit. Oh, because you can usually, it'll send you, a notification that you can edit this while you're streaming. Oh! Manage your channel directly from your phone. There it goes. Okay. So it says it's working. Edit. Okay.
Hello? Okay, I checked it and I can hear you. I was watching it and Anka is there. And all the stuff looks good.
Okay, is Anka linked through D&D Beyond?
No. That one is still Bastion.
I can't edit that. I don't know how to get that to edit.
I see. He's at full health.
He's
just
not.
Use all of his great stats for me instead.
Oh, and he has worse stats than you, honey.
Oh, never mind.
Video producer? Is it gonna work on this? Oh, it worked on that.
Hey, Ma, it's working. What is it? Ooh, I'll take some grits.
Yeah. Welcome to Honey.
Oh. I forgot we were live.
Yeah, well, we just have been spending how much time?
An hour.
Trying to fucking get this figured out, and then it's just like, no, I don't even have my dice. I'm not ready. I am okay. Hold on. I can't believe myself right now. Oh my sweet Jesus. Okay. Oh my god, I think I'm able to fix it.
Oh no.
I think I could add Anka. Just give me a second. I could do it on my Chromebook.
Okay. I believe in you, Kelsey. You got this.
I can do it on my Chromebook. I hope. Anka. Yes. Save. No, we don't want Bastion. Okay.
Just adds Bastion.
It should edit. It should be Anka now.
Yes, I see it.
Okay! Yes! It's just my computer. That's like, fuck you. We're not loading this. I'll be right back. I need to get my dice.
Welcome to Kelsey.
To anyone watching, if you hear my cat in the background, no, he's not dying. He just thinks he's dying.
He's just a drama baby.
Apparently. Okay. Alright. So, technical issues aside, we are gonna go because...
Yay.
Yeah, this is... I don't think gonna have any audiences, but hey. Yeah.
Let me just explicitly state in our chat. Hey, y'all, we're starting.
Jazz is at work, I think. Cal has a friend over, and Alvin's getting his hair done. So, it might just be us. But still.
Oh, I don't mind. It's just last time they were like as hell about it. They were like, you didn't state specifically that you were starting, even if you sent the link and said, "Hey guys." So
we're like, starting. Throwing shade.
Shade on shade at y'all. If you ever listen to this,
well,
like if you listen to the recording, y'all.
No, because this will go up on YouTube. I still haven't uploaded Bastions, but hey, I'll work on that. Oh my god. Okay, so I have to plug in my Chromebook now. Let me get my Chromebook plugged in so that I can not worry about that dying. That's my HDMI cord. Because I took it with me because I wasn't sure if my mom's computer was, or my mom's TV in the workout room was compatible with internet, so I could watch my YouTube videos. Well, because I update on the Fox. I worked out last night. I worked out very hard last night.
Amazing.
My mom was like, I thought you were just gonna go on the treadmill, and I'm like, no, I
way too hard for that.
I did 20 minutes of stretching, which is like hardcore stretching, and then I had 20 minutes on the treadmill, and I walked over a mile and jogged, walked and jogged over a mile, and then I did some weightlifting, and then I did some
weightlifting is the best.
It wasn't like much. It was just triceps and biceps.
No,
I didn't do anything fancy, but and then I did some core workout because I want to not have so much of a tum. I want to be able to fit my old clothes. I have so many cords around me. This is absolutely absurd. There are so many cords. Because fun fact, my computer, I love my computer. I am not complaining about my computer. But it doesn't connect to the internet when it's charging. Why? I don't know. I have done everything to try to fix it. And then all of a sudden, I have this super long Ethernet cord that connects to across my room because my freaking router only connects into one wall. So my computer's plugged in, I have headphones on, I have mouse cord connected. Is ridiculous. So, yeah. And then all the technical issues this morning and not wanting to get up and not being a morning person and then Monster Hunter at 3 a.m. till 3 a.m. because I'm a responsible adult.
Responsible.
Okay. All right. And my cat is just being a dick.
He was like screaming. I was like, that sounds like a horror movie in the background.
He's like, over there, he has a super fucking pathetic cry.
I know, he sounds so
pathetic. And he's like, like he's legitimately dying. And it's just because he doesn't want to eat his dry food. And I'm like, well, you can fuck right off there, mister. Mm-hmm. So if I have to plug in my headphones or my actual mic, I will, to drown out his stupidness. And he keeps running across my desk because my desk is right up against the window. Mm-hmm. It's just fucking, yeah. We're lucky this is happening at all. But okay, dice are ready. I don't have a calculator. I do. He knocked it on the floor. Okay. So as long as the streams. Okay.
That's recording. We're good.
All right. So I kind of forgot half of what happened last time.
Same a little bit. You were asking me like, "Hey, the obelisk." I was like, "Yeah, the pillars." Like, did you ask me about that? And I was like, "Yes." And it's like, and what was it that I replied? I was like,
No, I know what I replied. I just wanted to know. Because Anka never asked anybody about it, and I want to know if at the time she was there, if she thought about it. Because I have to remember, you you were there for like 3-ish years just in this library, doing nothing but reading.
If it was 3 years, then maybe she would have asked. But like in like RP in the moment, like it was like try to do an investigation check, came up short, and then like we just continued. So I was like, oh, so I don't know. Considering that it was 3 years, maybe she would have asked, but I don't want to be like retconning that if that's like unfair.
This is okay. So I am gonna say it's not a retcon because we are trying to get because we can't do 3 years of RP in one session. Like we can't even do 10 minutes of RP in one session.
No, right?
So
a back and forth dialogue will turn into, and then her hand went this way, or you know what I mean?
So,
oh my god.
So this is my time to tell you if there's anything you want to do beforehand after I finish the introduction, please do it. because this is going to be your last chance. You know where you're going. I'll explain. So, alright. So, hi everybody. Welcome back to the Astral Sea. I am very tired.
I am full of energy.
But as we left Anka off last time, there was a visitor to the library, and this visitor, while he was, or they were, it's a he because you figured out it was a boy, he was off-putting and rather rude, especially to Daira.
Rude.
He he gave you plenty of information based on your sorry, I have to put myself on do not disturb. He managed within a 4-month period of time to get you farther than you had gotten in over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, we do our sessions so far in between that I forgot what I was doing.
It's okay. I remember he was a little bitch, but he was like, I guess he was like useful or whatever. So yeah.
Yes. So upon finding out the information, you made some discoveries about who had attacked your crew and where they may have gone and why. You got some information on several gods, such as one wanting to be a god, Orcus, the prince of undead, hoping to be king, but the Raven Queen stands in his way.
She always does.
But he also got some information on a very strange figure from the past that you know very little information about. And upon finding this information that you had discovered you need to travel to the Astral Sea, that this is most likely where this creature had fled in search of this mysterious figure named Sorrow, who you're not sure even if still alive or existed, as most of the tales around her are more of a myth. Mm-hmm. Or more myth-based, I should say. It's early for me. I'm working on it. So you move on, and Daira in secret had given you both the book that gave you the information on the Astral Sea and Orcus and general information, and the diary from a monk named Trent, whom needs to be translated. I don't think I said that last time. He needs to be translated.
Mm-hmm. And so they wouldn't have time to do that, to try to translate it before
it's
they go today.
A lot of written is in not necessarily a code, but in a different language that nobody in the temple, in the Raven's Queen temple that you are currently roosting at in the town of Breverton, knows how to translate it. There are some things you can learn. You get certain names and dates, but you're gonna have to spend some time translating it or find somebody who can translate it. I'm not being a dick, I promise.
Okay. No, that's very fair and realistic. We don't know much about the Astral Sea, whether or not there would be somebody there once I'm there that can help me out, right?
Based on the information of the book and some of the things that you can gather some information about Sigil, which is the city of doors, which is where you need to get in. You got some information about Sigil itself, which is a city of doors, and it's basically the plane within a plane, but it's also a separate plane. And as you read about this and you spend a couple of months learning about Sigil itself,
in my brain, becoming a nerd.
It doesn't it's not a place that makes a lot of sense. It's it's described as a ring-like city, but with multiple stages, and it's never the same. It's impossible to map out. It's always constantly shifting and changing and morphing. But you do know that is how you get onto the astral sea itself. You learn about keys and how they are extremely rare, and that this oh so pleasant worshiper of Bacchus that has been helping you out had access to a key, but now does not have access to a key.
I remember.
Yeah, thanks, Maggie.
Yeah, that was because of the other guy. Yeah,
that was thanks to Maggie.
Where can I find one of these keys? Like, she was asking, so like, where can I find a key? I just gotta find one. And the guy was like, "You're so stupid. You can't just find a key.
You know nothing, Anka.
You know nothing, Anka." Spits on me. Damn. Okay, chill out, dude.
Oh, that was a Game of Thrones reference.
Oh, okay.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. Anyway,
I know nothing. Honey, you know nothing about Game of Thrones.
You know nothing, honey badger. So, you spend some time learning and getting used to the concept of this strange and unusual plane of the dead and of gods, but still living. It kind of blows your mind a little bit as you're opening up to all this information that you are a simple pirate. You had no idea about gods and fights and the history of how the worlds came to be. You know, there was the war, and
just
then
just the Raven Queen, who, like, you know.
And even then,
like, I don't care about her, but like even then, like, I don't know everything.
It wasn't even like it was like, oh hey, you knew God. You knew gods existed, but they were so far out of your area that you didn't really pay them much mind. So, upon learning about all of these other gods, and not learning about them because you knew they existed, but learning about where they live and how they live, it's you have to take a few minutes to kind of bring yourself back and remember exactly why you're doing this. And you are left. The worshiper of Bacchus does not stick around. He's has other more important things to be doing. You got that this was a very big favor to the Raven Queen's temple in that they had to and I believe you did ask about this last time, or at least after you asked about it, like why that he came in if you didn't really want to. You get from Daira that they had the library that you are in is very protected. They don't generally offer it to strangers, you being an exception, because they were told you were coming by someone extremely important. Your arrival was more or less foretold that it was going to happen, so you were told to be let in. And you have special privileges because you are one of the Raven Queen's people as a shatter. You are one of her children.
Yeah. Mom's always looking after
me. So you get that they had to give up some secrecy of the library and access to it to the Temple of Bacchus in order to have them come in. Because they have special magic and abilities that the people who keep the library do not. But you spent some time, and I think it was over. I have it here that it was 3 to 4 more months. So you're just hitting the cusp of 3 years. Which, thanks to some very good investigation rules on your part, could have taken a lot longer.
Yeah.
But with no access to one of these keys and no interest into what... Hold on, I'm trying to get my words here. With no knowledge on how to find one or no promise that you could get one soon. As you were explained, that these things are extremely rare. And they are never promised, and it is extremely hard to keep the key in one place because they are a intense magical item. And once they're used, they're used. So you kind of start rushing around trying to find information on where you can find one or what you can do, and you end up kind of getting hit at a roadblock. That every time there's talk of one, you don't... It disappears or it's gone. Hold on. There's talk that a mage had one at one point in time. You find it in another book, but the mage disappeared, and you have no recollection. You can find no recollection of what happened. So again, roadblocks. Sorry, I'm repeating myself.
Makes sense.
Finally, Dyra comes up to you, and I think we had done this last time, but I want to go back over it so you remember. That there's one option. That they have found you an option. Somebody with extremely potent magic that has the ability to cross planes. You also learn that it's very difficult to cross over into Sigil. It happens by accident. Some people have crossed into Sigil by complete accident, just by opening a door, because of the nature of the plane. Because you rolled so high in your intelligence check, I'm trying to give you as much information naturally as possible. Yes. So you have more information going in.
Stories of... Yeah, because I mean, I can be compiling stories of like people who have like gone through doors and like never come back and stuff, and like trying to connect dots, but like like me who's actually looking for it can't find anything.
Exactly, when you're looking for it. So, but it's always random, and even people who have studied this plane, who have gone mad from trying to study and get access. Even if you have a key, you hear of this mage who managed to acquire a key, but never could get it to work. This is harkens back. You guys, it's not recorded, but actually, I think it's recorded, but it's recorded very badly. Hi, can you not walk across my laptop, please? Sorry, cat. Make up your mind, please. Okay. Nope. Okay. Sorry. He keeps walking across, and I'm like, you're gonna step on my laptop and shut it off? And that's gonna be bad. But, okay. Sorry. Early morning D&D sessions. He never was able to get the key to work itself, because they seem to have some kind of mind of their own, and it never worked for him. Let's just say that before I keep repeating myself. So you spend a long time trying to compile the information in your notebook, in the journals that you were given by Dyra, for this. For translating and but yes, okay. So you are approached by Dyra, and she has an option. I don't remember how well you rolled on insight, but you got she very unwillingly gave you information that they had found a hag. Who, I don't know if you rolled anything on hags.
I think I did, but like I think it was sort of like a middle of the ground kind of roll, or like she wasn't especially familiar with them, but like Dara like kind of told her
They are evil
Yeah,
creatures.
basically the gist of it. Yeah.
They're evil creatures who will take advantage of anything they are given. Finding one without a coven is very rare. But they have managed to find one, and that could possibly get you to the Astral Sea because of their knowledge of more forbidden magics. And some expertise with the other planes. So you had pressed her for this information, for more information. Because she kept thinking, well, maybe if we just keep trying. She did not want to send. She does not want to send you to this hag. She pretty much says, if you go, this could be a death sentence for you.
Yeah.
You never know what. Do not trust a hag.
Yeah. She has to. Like, it doesn't really have any other option. You know what I mean? You just gotta do what you gotta do.
The sounds of your crew and the memory of what happened and the injustice that was dealt and the unfairness of being targeted. I have here it fills you with determination. So
it kind of does. So a little bit of a call to, classic game, but hey, look, it makes sense.
Okay, so you start getting ready to pack up. And this is when Dyra gives you the books on the Astral Sea and the diary of Trent. That needs to be somewhat translated. So, yes. So this is where we're gonna pick up actually for this session, besides just replay nonsense and clarifying. Did you have anything you wanted to do first? You've got your sword.
Yes. So I know we talked about her asking like about the obelisks. Like, I know that it was like she had finally like kind of stood there to try to notice them. Like maybe the first year, sometime there. And she could never really figure out what they were for, just that there were names and dates on them. I feel like she would bring this up. She would have brought it up maybe later if she could think about it at another time. And I know that she would always pester. She would always pester. Wasn't dry.
Dyra.
I keep trying to Dyra. I keep saying Dryfa. That's not correct.
That is definitely not correct.
That is not correct at all. She would always pester Dyra about like, so what's this prophecy, and like asking her that, and because like she was very vague at the beginning, and she would just kind of be annoying, always asking questions about it. But I mean, besides that, and the fact that they've already exhausted their options, and she knows that she's gonna have these books that still need to be translated and stuff. Like, I feel like she's ready to go. She's sort of always in this rush to like she needs to go, like because she doesn't know how much time there is or like what's gonna happen to her crew, and like she's so goal oriented. I feel like she's good. She's like, why should I wait?
Okay. The answer you get on the prophecy is the same every time. That it was not it was not a what was her voice again? It was not a
I don't remember.
prophecy. It was simply we were told you were coming by by someone very high up in the chain. That you would be
The
coming
chain of command?
with.
Like, what are you talking about?
We were told by someone who spends a lot of time with the Raven Queen.
She kind of she puts her hands up to her chest. She's like, really? Well, that's such an honor. She's like, her face is a little bit red. So they talked about me to her, or like, who's this person? What's the Now she's just even more curious. I'm sorry, Kelsey.
No, it's fine. Dyra pats Anka on the shoulder and just says, perhaps you should take a look at the stained glass in the, uh, downstairs when you get the chance.
Okay. You
And
know her. Yeah.
if you do remember, in the entryway, I about to call it a lobby. I was like, that's not fantasy.
Incorrect. The fantasy lobby. Just call it that.
Yeah. The entryway, there were multiple stained glass windows, and one of them had a picture of a woman who you recognized as a Raven Queen with her porcelain mask and the threads, and another one with a man who I said had blue eyes, and I'm very sorry, that's actually wrong. He had brown eyes and
I see.
and
Okay.
dark hair and
Ooh.
was dressed in black.
Ooh, okay.
And you also know of some other the stained glasses, of course, that just depict the Raven Queen herself and some her ascension into godhood and etc. etc. So
Okay, so this guy, basically, this dark-haired, brown-eyed fellow in black,
yep,
she will remember that.
Anka will remember this.
Anka will remember that. I'm telling you, like, you know how like she like draws like diagrams and like and maps and all that sort of stuff. Like,
hmm
I feel like her notes, if she has notes for herself, like I'm sure throughout these years she has like notebooks where she's transferred all of her really important information that she's collected. Um, just like archiving them, like, you know, picking and choosing the really important parts and putting them all in like journals that she's written or drawn in herself. Like, I'm sure she's made a note about this guy and like tried to draw like a replication of like the stained glass.
First roll of the night, I'm gonna have you roll a dexterity for
Oh,
for drawing.
oh, sure. 17
Is that what your
plus.
dex
Wait,
is?
let me see. Wait, no. 17 plus 3.
I will. Is that a check?
Oh wait, no. Yeah. Wait, acrobatics.
No, just dexterity. Your straight dexterity modifier.
Okay. Yeah, my dexterity modifier is plus 3.
Okay, then that's 20. You do a very good job replicating this person who you can figure out is a man. Uh, hold on, I'm pulling up your character sheet just so I have it as well.
Yeah, go ahead. If I make any mistakes, please catch me on it.
Okay, so you do a decent job copying this down. You get some of the other scenes as well, and you're able to. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Brain fart. Yes. So you're able to do this rather well, and Dyra, who has taken to looking over your shoulder, is impressed that you are very talented with and very good at keeping notes.
Hey, don't tell anybody I'm secretly a nerd, okay? Look, it's just the paperwork that comes with trying to be a captain. You gotta do what you gotta do, everything will be a mess.
You've spent almost 4 years in the library. I don't think anybody is questioning you being a nerd. That's not her voice. I can't remember her voice, but I'm so tired my voice is cracking.
It's okay. maybe in this plane. But not in the other.
So you're still going to go? Really?
Yeah.
Cute immature.
She closes her notebook and sort of leans back from wherever she's sitting and goes, well, yeah, like, I don't really have any other choice, do I?
I suppose not. But I would implore you to please think about your decision. And this is when she hands you the books.
Okay. She will take them. Listening.
And be careful.
She'll like kind of pat the books with her other hand and like take them, set them on the table, and she puts a hand on Dyra's arm, very like friendly,
It's
and
still very
she's like,
cold.
yeah, she's like, damn girl, you need to get a heater like in here, you freezing. But she says thank you for being worried about me.
If after 4 years I was not worried about you, then, well, I wouldn't be very good now, would I?
I guess, but you never know with some people. You spend a lot of time with them, they betray you, etc., etc. You never know.
Well, don't take any offense to this, but you are one of the Queen's children. If I sided against you, I would lose my home. But there are other reasons to not betray you. And she pats your shoulder and then turns and smiling walks away. And as soon as she walks away, her smile falls and she looks extremely distraught. You don't see this, but I wanted to add it.
That's very good.
Okay.
So excited.
So yes, just to make sure, because I'm not trying to metagame. I just want to make sure we don't forget anything and you'd be like, I never did this and I meant to. Is there anything else you wanted to ask about? Any other information that you wanted?
My God, I wish I can think of everything. I'm worried that I'm like, no, it's gonna be fine, and then later it's gonna be like, why didn't I ask about this? Because at this point, like, she's learned everything she can about the Astral Sea, about like, she knows like all of she's been warned many times about this hag, and like, I'm sure she's probably had to do research on like hags and stuff like that already. So I can't think of anything else. And if that bites me in the butt later, then well, that is on me. That is how the game works, so it's okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh, wait. Excuse me. Did she never? We never talked about her asking her about the obelisk outside, right?
Oh, and you're gonna be so disappointed by this answer.
I would love to.
No.
I would love to hear that. I would just like the answers. I'm so curious. She can ask her. I know she would eventually.
It has been 4 years. That's the one problem with RPing over a really long period of time like this, is that you have a lot of
in the 3 years, I'm sure she would have asked her.
That is a memorial to an event that should not have been. We at the temple preserve the string of fate and the timeline that is laid out by the queen. Because you do know the Raven Queen is queen of also fates, and she holds the strings and believes that the reason that everybody hates undeath so much in the temple is because it's a natural it's an unnatural progression of life, and being the queen of the god of death, your ending is what is supposed to be, and it's very rare that the Raven Queen or a temple of the Raven Queen will accept something that pushes you beyond that point, and that's why liches are so reviled, especially within the Raven Queen temple.
Yes.
It is a memorial of an event that should not have happened. What happened, I was not around for, but I it is a reminder that fate is a fickle thing. And we should always trust in the Queen's desire. And she nods after the end of that and walks away. Or not walks away, but just... I wish I had more information for you, but I do not. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anka would have just like been nodding like solemnly but totally agreeing. Like she gets it. That's how she thinks, that like whatever is in like the plans, she's that is the way of the Queen, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like, it's fate and like messing something up and death, like something unnatural, is like not what they deserve, you know what I mean?
And it's not even just if you say you died and there was a natural course of action for you to die. This is kind of how the Raven Queen believes, and I'm just giving you the information for you and for Anka, at least in my campaign. This may not be for every campaign. This is not completely canon. This is me. The Raven Queen views death as more or less the end of your chapter, the end of your story, the end of your chapter. If you deviate from that path, it gets to a point, because every death is planned. It's supposed to be planned. But there are some deaths that go against her natural order. And those are what need to be remembered.
Yes.
Because they go against her, the plan of basically your life, of the person's life. And there are some forces that can force a deviation from that. Powerful objects, people, and other gods. And this will all come out. I'll give you some examples out of character later of like what I mean, so you can have a full understanding of what I'm talking about. But yeah, so the obelisks, as she's explaining, are a memorial to something that was not supposed to happen, but still happened because something intervened with the natural path. If that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay. That's what the obelisks are for. This is a huge mystery of the obelisks, and I overdid it, but you'll see why, maybe, later.
It's okay. I like it.
I'm learning.
I'll learn exactly what this event was. I'm sure it's exactly what this event will be. I'll learn about it maybe.
That depends on you guys.
On the other side, it depends. I mean, that's the beauty of D&D. So. Alrighty. So, we discussed a little bit that the hags require you to give something up, right?
Yes.
Has she been able to look up some examples of like what they would ask for? Like
yes.
What, like your firstborn child?
Yeah, they ask sometimes for your firstborn child, especially if it's female. You do know that how hags reproduce is they take female children from nearby villages, replace them with hags, but they don't know they're hags until they turn 13. So there'll be a normal child until they turn 13, and then they're hags. And that's how they reproduce. They're very vile creatures. The way that they talk about them is not nearly the level of fear and disgust as liches. But they're still very reviled creature. And it's never...
What did they do with the regular babies that they replaced them with? Did they eat them or something?
You get the sense that yes, or they kill them, or they use them in forbidden magic.
Ooh, yikes.
It's not really 100% known because there's no interview with a hag out. So they're very, they are very, they're very evil creatures. Like, in the all sense of the word, like, as evil as you can think, that's pretty much them. Besides genocide, they're very secretive, and they don't get well along with each other usually. They usually only work together when there is a need, or it benefits the whole coven. And a coven is a group of 3 hags or more. Daira gives you a little bit of information that the hag you're looking for is a green hag, which is a fae type. Because there's different types. You get the different types, and I'll send that to you later. Yeah, gotta catch them all.
And you get, like, what if in this world there's like Pokemon cards and stuff, but they're just different kinds of hags? Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
But they are very good at forbidden magic, and what people tend to give up is they can give up their soul, or they give up their life. Examples are sometimes extremely magical items, or even things as strange as a secret. Something they can use to blackmail or gain power over somebody. It's all very abstract, and because of their nature of who they are, or what they are, you never know what they're gonna ask. And you get a lot of, if you present the bargain, they will always up the ante. But never trust a hag. Never trust a hag. But yeah, that's pretty much the information you get.
So scary. I'm really excited, but it's so scary. I'm wondering what she's gonna ask her for. Well, only one way to find out, I guess.
Okay. So, as you're preparing to leave, do you have anything you want to do in town or in the building, or?
Besides pack up all her stuff, and I think she would take her journals with, like, her and all the information that she's all the important information that she's managed to, like, kind of accumulate in her note taking. I think anyone that she's made friends with in the temple, obviously she would, like, she's such a captain, she would, like, get up on the table, like, make a big speech, you know, and thank each of them and all this sort of stuff. You know, she's very much that kind of person. And in town as well, all the friends that she's made in town. What was it, Jenny's Bakery?
Yes.
Yeah, like, she would invite all the people she's, like, made friends with out, like, the day before that, like, she knows she's gonna go. She would invite them all out to, like, the bar that she always goes to, and just sort of, I don't know, celebrate, enjoy being around them, because, like, it's basically like throwing herself her own going away party. She would do that. Yeah, that's what she would do.
That's a very Anka thing to do. I love it.
Yeah, she would hug everybody, but, like, in a very, like, yeah, come here, it's been nice knowing you, you bastard, I'm out of here, kind of like
that. Okay, so you'd say your buys, and quite a few people show up. Jenny shows up, and Glenn, of course, does not, because she's not on this continent anymore. But you guys have, I'm going to say this, you have had some correspondence. It's, of course, more like a pen pal system, but not nearly as fast as modern day pen pal. So every couple of months you'd get a letter, and then you'd send one back. So I'm going to assume you're going to send her a letter.
Oh,
100%. Yeah, goes well. I'm not going to have roleplay the whole thing, because I don't remember half these people.
Yeah.
But you have a pretty big turnout, and Daira does not show up at the bar. But some of the other temple people do. They look very out of place, but Daira does not.
Mm.
And as you return to the temple, Daira is, of course, at the top of the stairs waiting for you as you get back. And
Okay.
the temple does, in fact, throw you a feast, and they give you
Oh.
plenty of salted meats because they know your appetite, which you
Yeah.
don't know is a curse, but it is.
Mhm. I still haven't figured it out. The grave of mystery the whole time.
So you end up, you get plenty of packed foods and
They know me so well.
uh, they I can't think of really anything else that they would do. They drink in your honor. They all this kind of stuff. And honey, you need to fix your hit points.
Oh yeah, I'm at full. Forgot. Let me just fix that.
I got it. There you go. I fixed it. Because I'm DM, so I have access to all of your stuff.
I was like racing you to it, like, oh no, I'll do it.
So yes, that's pretty much it. Like you have a good time. A lot of people show up. Despite some misconceptions, and you're treated very well because you've established yourself in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
But yes, so
Oh, it's making me emotional. I get so attached to people.
I'm going to rip them away from you one by one. You know I'm not even wrong.
You're not wrong. Damn it. Okay, so when there's a great night, there's a speech, there's some tears, some very good tears and stuff, I'm sure. And I will think about it at night for sure. Maybe write it. But when morning comes and everything is packed and she's ready to go, is Daira there? Or
of course.
is she okay, cool. I see
Daira,
her moving the thing.
yeah, I just moved the thing. Daira is dressed in. She is for once in the lobby as you come down with your packs and everything. She is dressed entirely head to toe in black.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no part of her skin that's showing except for her eyes. And I have decided that I will accompany you to the gates.
Aww. Yes. Anka, whatever she's wearing right now, she just assumes it's like traditional, like, you know, religious garb for like going outside and stuff or whatever.
You just
Even
think
if
Daira is so she's just eccentric.
Yeah, I think Daira has like a way of her. She just is like kind of not even aware of like signs or whatever. She just trusts her, and
I love
so
Anka.
she like, so she goes up to her, like seeing this, she can like kind of tell that she's gonna go outside, which is something I don't think she really is ever.
You've never seen
rare.
you've seen Daira in the lobby twice in the 4 years
Yes.
you've been there. That is the
Yeah.
farthest she's ever been to the outside.
Like a sun allergy where like her skin is really sensitive or whatever, and so she understands. And maybe there's also like
I mean, you're not wrong, but yeah.
And so just, like, she like when she goes down the stairs and she sees her, she already like sees that like if she's dressed like that, that must mean something. And so like, and then she hears her say that, she just like kind of puts a hand up to her chest and like puts like her pack down, and she just gives her like a big hug, just like a good squeeze, and like kind of rocks like, I really appreciate that. Like, I know that you don't like going outside. You're really an introvert, and you just like, and like you still want to go out, you know, and like take me there. I really appreciate it a lot as like a friend, you know, as a friend.
She hugs you back, and she sniffles a little bit. Like, she's, like, kind of holding back tears.
Oh, Kelsey.
But other than that, you are free to walk out, and if you go to walk out, she very much... Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
Very much.
She very much hesitates and kind of does that thing where people who don't leave their house very often do, like the, maybe I should, and then she looks at you and then she's like,
big eyes, like,
and she walks out down the steps and follows you, looks around and like keeps her head completely down and just kind of looks and be like, we should really have someone take care of the garden.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I was thinking that it added to the aesthetic. I didn't know if that was like your thing, so I wasn't sure. So
I don't know. I'll have to talk to someone else about that.
Anka, as they go out into the sun, and like she can tell that she's like putting her head down and stuff, she takes off her hat and she puts it on her for the shade for her eyes.
Stop it.
I can't. No. Oh no. Kelsey, oh no, I just thought, oh no. You better not. Kelsey, never mind. Just continue.
What?
Nothing. I just had a horrible thought.
Please type it to me because I'm curious.
I don't want to give any ideas. Maybe I do. I don't know. Here, I'll send it to you. I don't know if this is what you're thinking or if that's possible, but it's a terrifying thought.
I don't know. We'll see. Oh, no. Okay.
I was like terrified.
You get the sense that Dyra's only walking with you to the gate.
Yeah.
Or no, wait. I am so sorry. You weren't supposed to go towards the gate. I'm so stupid. My brain. She's walking you to the Temple of Baka. Not to the gate. Because you're supposed... Okay. We have arranged, much to our dismay, a mode of transportation for you that might be a little quicker than walking halfway across the continent.
You mean like a plastic wagon? She's already kind of looking up towards the sky at like the air balloons, the big flying thing contraptions that she's like still not used to.
Something even quicker than that, actually.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Even if I gotta deal with those guys with their stick up their butts, you know.
Don't judge the whole temple on that one. I don't know why they sent him. Probably as a punishment for him as well. But let's just hope he's not there. He will be, but I can hope. And she's talking as you guys walk. You guys take these cobblestone streets to an area that you've been before. You've passed this area so many times. You know the stuck-up elf in that clothing shop. You know the fancy chocolate shop.
The fancy chocolates.
And you know that there's a dusty bookstore that never seems to be open.
That place. That was the same place she passed the first time, right?
Yep. You've been past this area many times. Because you can only spend so long in a library.
Of course, yeah. I bet she's never really tried to go into the bookstore. She already spends her all her days like around books.
I'm actually gonna say you have, in search of more information.
Really?
That it,
I was gonna go in there the first time, so.
Yeah, you're like, maybe I should try that place. But they're never open. And you can't see, you've looked through the windows. I could just see Anka like staring through the windows with their cup like, are you open?
Really annoying customer. Like, whenever they see her pass, it's like
knock, 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 knock.
Or like in the distance, every once in a while she can see the lights are like maybe on, like there's like a single candle. She's like, maybe it's open, and then she's like running there. But then as soon as she gets there, like the lights turn off, the curtains like like they saw her coming, and they were like, nope.
I mean, you've seen some people walking in and out, but you've never seen anybody. You've never. It was always in, and now you recognize them as the red robes. Or the purple robes. I'm sorry, they're purple. Robes of Baka. Yes. So she leads you to this rundown bookstore and raises her hand and knocks in sequence on the door.
It was just a password this whole time. She kind of like leans down. She's like, no wonder they never let me in.
No, this is to let them know that it is I or someone from the Queen's Temple to arrive, and not just some random Shadar-kai trying to peek in their windows.
She kind of like, well, I think they've been talking about me with you.
I got complaints.
Didn't know I was so creepy.
I got complaints.
She kind of looks a little apologetic.
It's fine. It's always been from him, so I don't mind if you torment him a little bit. This accent and voice is all over the fucking place. I'm so sorry. And as she finishes knocking and you guys have your conversation, I would like you to roll a d4.
Alright, here we go. D4. A 4.
Let's see what you get this time. Okay. Nobody seems to have opened the door, and you're kind of used to this as the temple. And Adira kind of bows her head and gestures for you to walk in. And what?
Sorry, like she walks in and like just to the side there's a poster with her face on it that says, do not
You're not okay. Stop talking for a second because you fucking ruined it. You didn't actually ruin it. No. Yes, as you walk in and you're looking around, I would like you to actually roll a perception check.
It's a 7. Wait, 7 plus 7 plus 6. 13, right?
It's a dimly lit room with a lot of books. Very similar to the library, except for not nearly as big. And to the wall, as you look to your right, you see a poster with a very crudely drawn woman? ? That looks like it has been used for fireball target practice. And as you walk in, as you hear some footsteps and through a door in between two bookshelves. You thought the library was crammed with books. This place is. There are bookshelves lining every wall, and they are crammed full. There are stuff stuffed on top of each other. They're all in good condition. They're not like. But they're like. You know when you have a bookshelf and you're trying to make all your books fit and you have to like put some up to the side and then you have to like adjust. Yeah, it's like that.
I completely understand. He looks over at my bookshelf.
But there is a narrow door in between two of the bookshelves, and as you are looking around, there's nobody in the room. And the door opens and out steps a man whom you do not recognize.
Okay.
You hear Dyra, "Oh, thank God." Thank the queen.
She smiles down upon us today.
Your really fucking shitty roll. Or your really shitty roll from last time did not haunt you.
Yeah.
Out steps a man that is quite elderly. White beard that he's somewhat tall. He has a white beard and white hair, whitish hair, and while he definitely is aged, he has aged gracefully. Like what you'd expect of an elf, but elves don't usually have beards. And that's when you notice his ears are slightly pointed. And he opens his arms in his robes and goes, "Ah, Dyra, it's wonderful to see you again." And
Yes.
she bows and is like, "Thank you for allowing us to come." And she doesn't say a name or anything. She just bows and says, "Thank you for allowing us entry." "Oh, for the favor that you have passed on to us, it was only as much as we could do. However, I'm sorry we cannot assist you with more. Had you arrived 6 months earlier, we may have been able to provide more assistance." And he looks at you, Anka, and is like, and just has a big smile. He's very genial and genial and very pleasant, but there's still that air of like what you got with the other guy. There's like an air of like more than meets the eye to this man, to this half elf. So as he steps up and he's like, "Come, we will not make haste. We will make haste, as we do not know how long she will be. This creature will be not on the move." And he gestures you to come more into the room as he starts pulling up a rug on the floor.
I want to say that while when Dyra bowed, like Anka was like standing, like kind of like looking this guy over, like with a smile on her face, like pleasantly surprised, and then she sort of noticed that she was bowing. She went, "Oh, and then she like also bowed awkwardly.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to keep going into my monologue.
No, I was listening and I liked it. When he does that, she like kind of big grin, like breaks her face, and she goes, "That's what I like to hear. You know, I am so happy to see you, sir. You have no idea."
I do. Trust me, I do. I am sorry for the intrusion of our previous member.
Yeah, she looks at Tyra and she's just like, "Man, why couldn't they have sent this guy instead, girl?"
Anka, I would like to introduce you to the head of the Backup Temple.
Oh.
That is probably why he did not show up. What did he do this time? She's talking to the guy, and he's just like, "Oh, I, you met him. Take a guess." Sorry, these voices are
Was that
kind of running
jerk?
together.
No, it's okay. She's like, did he trip an old lady in the middle of the street or something? That was not her voice, but
No,
let
I
me
thought
guess,
it
tripped an
was
old lady.
no, nothing so I can't think of the word. Vile as that. But I thought it was high time he got out of the temple.
Wait, so he's like banished?
No.
Oh, you mean like it was about high time he got out of the house, kind of thing? Yeah, that guy needs a little bit more
Speaking
outside
of
time.
speaking of getting out of the house, Dyra, what brings you to the outside world?
As he says that, Anka like kind of puts an arm around her, like very like appreciatively, and she's like, "Oh, she came to see me out. Such a good friend, you know, right, Dyra?"
That was most of the I'm sorry, wrong voice. That was most of the reason, yes. uh the other was if we did get him again, I was afraid you might lose a limb. If I was not here to tell you what was going to happen. That is precisely why I am here. The old man pipes up as he's rolling up the rug and pulling it off to the side. All the tables have been pushed out of the way. You can see tables like pushed up against the bookshelf and this very dimly lit room, which you don't have a problem seeing in. But hold on. Oh shoot, my mom messaged me. Give me a second.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh shit! Apparently I'm chewing loud. Sorry.
Really? Oh, okay.
I was apparent. It's probably being picked up on the stream. Sorry. I am so sorry about that. I completely forgot.
I didn't even notice.
Yes, that is precisely why I am here. And he's rolling up the rug and putting it off to the side. All the tables have been pushed out of the way. And as he rolls up the rug, you can see on the floor is a is a circular symbol.
Ooh, I like circular symbols.
That I'm gonna have you roll Arcana.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ooh, another 7. Okay, let me add modifier. Arcana.
It's not gonna
+1.
be much. You
8.
don't have any idea what this is. You've never seen anything like this before. You go down and kind of look at it, and yeah, don't touch, please. And it's white, and it looks like it's written in chalk, but it's etched into the floor with it.
Yeah, she kind of like when she leans down to it, like she immediately backs off when he says that. She doesn't know anything about like magic-y stuff. She's just sort of trusting them. And when he says that, she's like, whoop, she like crosses her arms, like she's gonna stop her hands from doing anything until she's told.
I assume you have no idea what this is.
She nods.
This is a transportation circle.
Ooh, she says that. Oh, cool.
And Dyra at this point has taken off her hood and is like more comfortable now that she's not that she's in her room and not the outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this, but when they had walked in away from the sun, she like plopped her hat off of Dyra's head.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. We have arranged for a teleportation spell to transport you from here to the nearest place to the forest, so that you don't have to spend days and days and days walking. This accent is all over the place. I am so sorry.
Maybe maybe that is like a vampire thing.
How dare. How dare you spoil it. I was hiding it so well. I'm kidding.
I'm
Honey.
sorry.
Honey, I'm kidding. I was not hiding this well.
So,
Anka is the only person who realizes that Dyra is does not
who
realize that
doesn't
Dyra is.
realize? Yeah, exactly. Okay. But maybe that's a vampire thing. If she's lived so long, like there's like the accents have changed throughout time, and so she keeps like she just keeps going between them because something like that.
I feel really bad for chewing into the mic. I'm so sorry.
I didn't even notice, Kelsey. I hadn't even noticed before.
It's gonna
It's
be
okay.
so obnoxious.
I didn't even notice it.
I did. Or well, Alvin did.
Oh, I'm
That's how I
sorry.
knew.
Thanks, Alvin.
Yes. So, they're like, well, I suppose we shouldn't waste too much time then, shall we? Wow. Where the fuck are my accents going today?
He is also a vampire.
uh, so
Just kidding.
we should probably get on with the show.
Okay.
Now, I assume you've never teleported via circle. I know you have your special powers, as it may be, being a Shadowkai.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume you've never transported via circle.
No, not like this, and you can do it yourself. It's not really ever been in the cards, but could see how it'd be useful for you folks that can't do it. And for me, if I don't know where I'm going.
Ow,
So,
ow, ow, ow. Sorry, wrist. Well, don't move too much. And he gives you a little that old man smile where he like he's not like, and again, he's not super old. He's like
yeah.
But he gives you that like like Uguay smile. Of
What
like,
was this guy's? Yeah, go ahead.
you never got his name. Dyra never introduced his name.
Oh.
Just said that he's the head priest of the temple.
Okay. Uh. Okay, hold up. Where? Because she was gonna say two things. She was gonna a second for my words. Well, Father, whatever your name is. So I'm not so sure how this works. Like, do I just stand in the middle there and let it happen, or what?
If you really want to do this, do not move. Just stand there and let it happen.
Sounds simple enough to me. And I'm assuming they're all just sort of waiting for her to go then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before she steps into the circle, she goes to not Dyra, and just one last time because she's sentimental, gives her a big hug, and says thank you for all your help.
As you're hugging her, she puts her hand in yours and drops some things into your hand.
Okay.
These are for you. If you ever find the need to use them, or you find what you're looking for.
Are they investigation?
Nope. If you look at them, they are. There's a. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. So. It's 2 copper coins that are etched with the symbol of the Raven Queen.
Aww.
And they sheen brightly with almost a silverish overtone to it.
Special coins. They're already special because, Dyra gave them to her, but, do they seem to have any magical properties? She made it sound really mysterious. Just in Anka's point of view.
If you place these over the eyes of someone who has passed, you will see their memories. These are
that is super useful.
every priestess or priest of the queen gets a set. These are mine.
But they're yours. What?
I
Can you get another one? Or?
don't need them. I don't leave very often.
Anka kind of like actually starts tearing up. She like kind of rubs her eyes with like the back of her forearm. She puts the coins in like one of her like safely secured pockets on the inner lining of her coat.
She also says, please be careful. These were given to me by the person who took me into the temple after my family was killed.
Oh my god.
So please take care of them.
Important. Oh
yes. They are very important.
Oh, I'm gonna take such good care of them. You have no idea. Okay. She like she holds them like really tight in her hand and then like puts them in her safest pocket on like in her like that is like close to her chest like in her coat. And you know she takes her hand and she just is just so grateful and like happy to have had this friend like over these years like, and she says I couldn't imagine a better person to have helped me or to have been in my life during this time, so thank you. I will take great care of them no matter what.
I trust you will. And she kind of holds her hand and like does that shake of somebody who's like, I'll see you, but you're not gonna probably see each other again, kind of thing, or you're like that like tight hand squeeze of like someone who is on death's door. It's kind of like how she like is how she holds your hands, like somebody that you're probably not gonna see again. It's the kind of how she's holding your hands. You know exactly what I'm saying, right? Like one hand cusped
Exactly
over the other.
yes, exactly. I know exactly what you mean. Okay. She you know sort of solemnly lets go of her hands and steps into the circle and just sort of looks between both of them, waiting.
Okay. Dyra steps away and lets you go into the circle and is completely avoided getting near it. And the priest has taken out a book and has sat down and is talking. And Dyra just looks at you and says, good luck. And in a flash, as the circle flares up, you feel an immense pressure on your body as it feels almost as if you're being sucked into a small tube that's too small for your body. And in almost an instant, the last glimpse you catch of Dyra is her looking at you, worried but hopeful, and then you're gone. The room has completely disappeared, and I would like you to roll a Constitution check.
Okay. That's so bad. I rolled a 1.
Oh no! Okay. And now I would like you to roll a percentage.
Okay. So that's the 100. Is that the
Yep.
100th one?
Yep, that's two D10 and a D100.
Okay.
Or a D, like the one with the percentile. The 6, 0, 2, 0, 1.
Okay. So, and then you want me to roll it 1 with the 10. Hold up. Let me try to find it. Where is it? Is it this one?
Mm-hmm. I'm nodding and I can't see what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, for the percentage one, it's a 70. For the D10, it was an 8.
Okay, that's pretty damn good. So you
Yes?
take...
Okay.
Hold on. I gotta get my dice. You take... Wow, I rolled really low on that.
Nice. Good for me.
Okay, so you take 15 force damage.
Oop. I'm assuming that was like not at all how teleportation usually feels like for her.
That's what it feels like. You just have never done it before in this circumstance.
Okay.
So you're used to your body kind of almost fading as you teleport and shooting across to where you're looking at through shadow, which is why it's called a shadow jaunt. It's not called a shadow jaunt in 5th edition, but fuck you, that's what I'm calling it, because that's Blessing
right.
of the
That's
Raven
right,
Queen
Kelsey.
is not what it is. Shadow jaunt.
That's right.
That's how you're used to traveling when you teleport. But the thing I can say that this feels extremely similar to one other instance in your life.
Oh, that when he...
Yes.
Okay. When Glenn did it.
It doesn't feel nearly as painful or as shock because you were kind of prepared. But yes, so
bad memories.
you land face first in snow.
Oh.
And you are stunned for 1 round.
Oh dear.
Laying spread eagle on, I don't know if that's actually the word, but that's what we're gonna call it, on the snow. You just land face first into the snow, and you rolled pretty damn well. Okay. So as you kind of turn your head, look up a little bit, and in about, you see the line of a thick forest. A thick coniferous forest in the distance. Coniferous are pine trees. Like winter-bearing trees.
Carnivorous. They just all...
Yeah, carnivorous. That's where I was going for. Using that.
Here, I'm just looking it up. That's basically what enchanted forest is. It'll eat you up. It's dangerous in there.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're stunned for 1 round. So you're sitting there and you're like, that
sucked.
That sucked.
Yeah, it was awful.
And you are halfway across the continent. If you had rolled lower, you would have had to walk more. You could have ended up in a very bad place.
No, thank God.
I stole this from Matt. I stole this from Matt Mercer because I liked the concept of it. Like if you try to teleport,
end up in the wrong place.
Yep. Not always. If you're teleporting without a circle. Without circle to circle. Okay, so I'm going to give you some details on the coins, and we're going to take a break because I need to eat something.
Yes,
I was chewing gum. That is what the chewing noises was, but I didn't expect it to be so loud.
It's okay.
So my deepest apologies. I was trying to get my brain working. Because actually, it's proven that if you chew gum, it helps stimulate your brain because your mouth is moving and you're actually doing... Yeah, it's actually proven that if you take tests and you're chewing gum, it'll actually let you do better on the test because it's getting your mind working. And it's also giving your body something else to focus on. So you're not fidgeting as much as well. Oh, wow. Fun fact. I don't actually know if that's true. I think I heard about it like 15 years ago. And I've... mind over matter.
I think I had also heard something similar, like if you do something like while you're studying, and then if you do that while you're taking the test, then it helps you. Like if you chew gum while you study, and then you chew gum on the test, or if you I don't know.
Yep. It's all about mind. Like your mind is weird. Okay, so these are copper coins, as I've explained. They're ancient copper coins. They are not all that powerful, but I wanted to give you something because it made sense besides the books. They work once per day, and they even work on the undead. So as long as it's a physical body.
So I can do this to someone who is like also like alive, like maybe they're sleeping or something. Would that work? Dead.
What? Say that again, honey. Sorry.
So can I do this on someone who's like alive, like if they're sleeping and if I put it on their eyes, can I see it, or do they have to be like recently dead?
Only works on the undead. Or only works on the dead.
Okay. Just gonna
The fuck was that? Get down, you fucker.
Down.
He's up on the counter.
Oh my god, all my notes from before are like, now I don't understand them.
Oh no.
No, here it says Vakin. Oh wait, that was the name.
That's the name of the lich.
The name of the guy. And then Finger of Death. That was what he used or something. And then I put here Trevor's memoir.
Yeah, it actually should be Trevor, not Trent. I mixed up his name and I fixed it in some places, and Trevor or Trent, you can't tell. You need to translate it. Ha!
Or it's Trent.
Could be either.
Trent/Tent.
Oh, so bad at this DMing
know,
thing.
What it means.
I'm so bad at this DMing thing.
Don't say that. You're literally amazing. Okay, just write this down. I'm gonna put, what is it? Coins. Is there like a name?
They're just called Ancient Raven Queen coin. Literally, they're just something I found. Ancient copper coins that are always cold to the touch. Placing a coin of the corpse's eyes brings back the memories of the creature directly to the person casting or using it. It's okay.
Rad.
Yeah. So just say they're the Raven Queen priestess coins or priest coins.
I put Ancient Raven Queen coins given by Dyra.
That will work. Okay, cool. Yep. Technically, I modified them a little bit, but I really liked this idea because I thought it was a really fucking cool idea. Since a lot of Raven Queen priests and priestesses do a lot of funeral rites. Wow, my handwriting is really bad.
I think your handwriting is beautiful.
No, my handwriting is really bad.
Okay, fine.
Worms once per D. That's how I wrote it because I can't see the day.
Once per D.
Per D. Just per D.
Dyra slipping into a southern accent.
Oh god, at least she never fucking slipped into southern. That's my go-to. That's my go-to.
That's my go-to as well. I'm like, with Anka, okay, like I decide, I'm like, she's just gonna have a slightly more gravelly and deeper voice than me. It'll make it easier on myself.
That's totally fine. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go make some food. Yeah, okay.
Thank you for the coin descriptions and for the amazing DMing. And I guess
sorry for the chewing into the mic.
I didn't even, like, you don't have to apologize.
Well, I do have to apologize.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Because I'm sure that was really obnoxious.
I didn't think so.
Alvin says it was pretty obnoxious. I love you, Alvin. Okay. Yes. Because it was picking up on stream. So it may not be picking up directly in the mic, but it's picking up on the stream. So I'm sorry. I'll be better. I'm gonna go make some of Hani's favorite food. Sarcasm intended. Chinese.
What is it? Oh.
But they gave me the wrong thing. I asked for sesame chicken and or sesame shrimp, and they gave me sweet and sour shrimp, which is fine, but that's not what I wanted. I also wanted some crab rangoons to go, and they didn't give them to me. But I didn't get charged.
Though. Like, low-key, I love crab rangoons. I don't care.
Hi, asshole.
What? Oh, yeah. Hello. Okay.
Hi, dickhead. Why are you just being such an asshole this morning?
Are you gonna pause the stream for this interlude, or?
I don't know how.
Okay.
I have to find Hani. I have to.
Maybe me crunching.
And I can't.
Obnoxiously.
I don't think I can really do much to stop it because I can't edit anything.
Yeah, you still can't see anything.
Oh, I can see the stream information from OBS. Hi, kitty. You're so cute. He's so cute, but he's such a dick.
I'm gonna see if I can try to set up my games again while we're on this little interlude. How much are we out? How long we talking? Just making something to eat and stuff.
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
15 minutes?
Whenever
Okay.
we're ready.
So,
I should probably put in some music. Some musical
put on
interlude.
some Coheed and Cambria.
I think that would get us flagged for copyright.
Wait, that's true. That's true. You're gonna have to put on some elevator music.
Do you know Jeopardy theme is also copyrighted? Dude!
Reels?
Stop stepping on my computer! You do not need in the freaking window that badly.
Is that who's typing in the chat? Or your cat?
Yeah, that was the cat.
Hi, Anne-Marie. I'll be back in a little bit.
Alright.
Bathroom break.
Same. I just need to go up one notch. It's not working. It's gonna be really loud. So, okay. It'll just be silent because I can't figure out how to pause it without starting a whole new thing. Whatever. I give up. Royal. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna hook up my mic instead of the headset so that maybe it's not as loud. And maybe you won't hear my cat crying in the background once he decides to start yelling at me because I'm eating. How dare. Okay, hopefully that works a little better. Maybe? Ah? Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna try to turn on some music and see if that helps. Maybe it won't be so freaking loud. It was so loud. There we go. Yeah, so I apologize for everybody because, yeah, but hopefully this way it won't pick up my voice so much and my chewing and all of that jazz. So, because I'm gonna need to eat, so. I haven't eaten anything today. Because I'm smart. Okay, so is Anka's coins added in? Where did she put that stuff? Oh, you got a lot of magic items, Anka. I'm correcting all your notes because you have so many things spelled wrong in your notes.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just spell them as like however. I'm
now
sure
I can see why you're mixing up Daira and Dryfa.
That's the Y. I kept imagining there being a Y.
No, it's Daira.
Yes, I see that now. Orcus. Yeah, like I spelled Orcus somewhere. I was just like whatever. I was like spamming in there. So. Look how I spelled it. O-R-C-I-S.
When you Orcus.
Diamoin.
What?
D-E-A-M-O-I-N.
Des Moines. Oh my god. What the fuck, honey?
Listen, I was half asleep. I was like not caring how I spelled it.
You didn't put a space,
yeah,
so it's the undead.
Did it.
Oh my god. You got Rashim correct. Xanther is spelled with an X, but that's not important.
Oh, yeah.
Breverton is spelled correctly.
But I think those are... I think I only spelled those right because you spelled it for me when I was typing. If not, I definitely would have.
Also, tense memoir.
Yeah, tense. What if, like, in trying to translate it, like, there's all of it different? Hi, Poppy. Tense. What'd you find? I see. Car. So funny. I just wrote down, one of the bullet points is just circle rings.
What?
One of my notes is just circle.
Oh, I'll pull up a transportation circle so you can see it.
No, I know, but like it's like way up there. Like
I don't know.
There's largest city on coast, airships, ground trains,
oh,
like, transportation. Some ships not common. 3 sections of city, circle, rings.
Yeah, because the city is circle. Yeah.
Yeah, the city is laid out that way. Okay. Library, major churches, etc. Richer parts. Third. Oh, wait, the third district or something like that. Wooden pumpkin regime.
That's the name of the bar.
Oh yes. Okay, I remember now. Maid, bandits, hitched a ride with Glenn. 9 XD. That's funny. Okay, now I remember.
Here's kind of what the teleportation circle looks like.
Okay.
For you.
Is it in DM player talk?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in there.
Okay.
You didn't spell Vakken correctly either, and I did spell that one out for you.
You did?
Yeah, I did at some point, I thought.
Okay. Oh, oops. Like, I make them so complicated.
You do.
Fine. Vakken. Well, that looks cool. Yeah, that looks like... Yeah. Thank you. Am I gonna correct my spellings? Maybe.
Also, I will add your... Where did you put your information on the, on the items I gave you?
The information should be in the... I took notes.
Maybe you didn't press enter yet because...
Extras. Where is they? Equipment. Okay. Other possessions.
Oh, there you go.
Belaying, yeah. A belaying pin club and a rabbit foot.
What the fuck is a belaying pin? I don't remember what that is.
I have no idea. It just says club. I have no idea.
I have no idea what that is. I don't know what you did.
What is that? Where is it? Hold up. There was more though, wasn't there? Wait. Remember writing it down.
I'm probably gonna add some stipulations to these, so that they don't. So that there's a little bit more to them. But I looked up Raven Queen magic items, and this was one of the things that came up, and I thought it was a really cool idea.
Wait a second, hold up. Okay, I looked up belaying pin, and it is like a part of a ship. It's like where you tie knots. Here, let me send you a link.
Oh, please do, because I don't think we ever discussed this.
Looking this up, like ever. Oh my gosh, that's scary. I don't remember ever looking this up at all. But it makes sense. I don't know why it's in there, but it's like a club made out of a belaying pin, which is a part of the ship, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'd allow this.
I don't ever remember.
I
I
don't
don't
think
remember
you ever
anything about
discussed
this.
this
I don't
with
know how I
me.
got there.
I don't think you ever discussed that with me because I don't know what the fuck that thing is.
Me neither. Like I don't remember at all.
Yeah, legit. Like what?
I guess maybe Anka possessed my body and added that
It
there.
wouldn't be the first time something like that has happened with one of us. Our
Yes.
characters took over.
Oh my god, I remember when you got turned and then Leica was like all in the chat like
Oh
years
my
later.
god, that was.
So funny.
I spent. Hi. Thanks. Sorry, making noise. Trying to clean up my desk so I have a little bit more room. Because I should have plenty of room in this desk, but apparently, like, I just take up too much space.
That is not true. You take about the perfect amount of space.
No, I take up too much space.
Alright, sit yourself.
I'll be fully.
Oh, these are nice.
This isn't even like a slight against me. I just have this amazing ability to take up as much space as possible.
Like immediately spread out when you get somewhere.
You've seen me.
Yeah.
Like
But like this is normal. Like I do that too.
Well, I feel bad for people who are not expecting it, and then my shit is just everywhere. I'm gonna go get my food now.
And these belaying pins be looking like they have multiple uses.
Not quite crispy, but that's fine. I'm fucking hungry and I don't care. Summon cats because I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, I'm gonna roll in this pot.
Oh, that chopstick isn't long enough.
I should probably finish my bread.
You know what? Fine. Now I summon you. Get the fuck out of my chair.
Hey, Finn.
What?
I just
Oh, bot.
Yeah. And whenever I type fast, I like looking at like how awfully I spell things. Like, ooh. See you there? Rip. They gone. Guess it's just you and me. Whoever's listening to this. Want you to know that I've always had feelings for you, and I'm glad we're alone now so that I can finally confess in this season finale anime.
This may not be the season finale if we can't keep going, because we literally just got Anka out of the fucking temple.
Yeah. Sorry, Kelsey. I thought you weren't there, and it was just me, the audience member. I'm so embarrassed. Okay, hold up. I'm rolling. Hey, Yakuza. I wonder, Alvin? You want it? Hey, Kelsey, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
The Yakuza, there's this guy, Homare Nishitani.
I don't know if he wants it or not.
I wouldn't know. I don't know if he wants it. Because if he's, like, just not here, I don't know if he wants it.
Because he's passed a lot of Yakuza characters. He's got the two he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So then I'm gonna keep going. Oh. Yeah, that's a cute character.
We've started grabbing those because we've been watching the people who make that game. Hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Just get me all the gays. Yeah, let me just put a note.
Isn't that our whole group though? Or isn't our whole group a little bit gay?
Yeah, we are all at least like a little bit. I need to finish that manga. I heard it ends really good.
For once.
Yeah, for once. Like, they don't die. They get married or something at the end.
Don't look away from the chat.
Yes! Jet! Nice. I am Jet the Hawk. Jet the Hawk and Finn the Human. Fun will never end. Sonic time. Gotta go.
You're was thinking about joining us in the chat and then he didn't.
Who?
Oh.
Oh, it's Mark and Santa with the Wii Bookstore. Ooh!
Taco shop. Because we have about 10 minutes left of our break. Because I'm going to eat. So I'm not trying to eat while DMing.
Yeah. And Jet the Hawk. It's the only note I'm gonna put is that it's Jet. You know.
My coffee doesn't taste very good. I'm disappointed.
Oh man.
I let it steep too long. Because I forgot about it.
To anyone listening to this, and including yourself, Scribble does like that person. I started playing this game called Hollow Knight, or no, not Hollow Knight, Grimm's Hollow. My bad, but I should play Hollow Knight. And it's pretty good. It's very adorable. Pretty sure it didn't like cost a thing on Steam. It's really pretty cute, good art. And I recently saw Jazz, started playing it. When I opened up Steam today, she's like, "Oh, I started playing it." I was like, "Dang, yes! I hope you are liking it because yeah." So cute, and it's about a little Grim Reaper.
No.
Little purple Grim Reaper that like died and was like, "Hey, you're Grim Reaper now." She was like, "Where's my brother?" My brother's a ghost. She has to reap him. So cool. When you don't know how to spell.
I mean, it's different. It'd be different if these weren't like made up names. Or fantasy generator names.
Yes. Right.
This video is sponsored by Fantasy Name Generator.
Hey, delicious. Why did I say delicious? Oh yeah, groceries. Wait, but that didn't. Wait, sorry. I meant. Yeah, I was like, wait, what did I just say? Because I was like, my excitement was supposed to go towards like the Wii bookstore they found, but then like I saw stuff about the grocery shopping, and then my point is that I'm really excited for Tay, and I hope they're having a good time in Seattle. Probably tell them that. Hold on, my point.
Please remember we're streaming still.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hi, audience. We have a friend called Tay who is in Seattle with the BF. Having a good time.
I hate living where I live. I love living where I live, but I also hate it because I don't want to have to drive 45 minutes for groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish we had like more diverse shops. But at the same time, I'm really lucky. We have 2 Asian markets within 5 minutes of each other.
Nice. You get all that at least.
Yeah, I get the good lobster ramen that's too spicy for me to eat, but I still eat it anyway.
Lobster ramen sounds good though.
It was legit good.
Let me close this door. There we go.
We're gonna start back up here really soon. I'm just finishing my last crab rangoon.
Yes. Oh man, crab rangoons sound good. Should probably finish this bread. Excuse my crunching.
It can't be worse than mine earlier. I'm just glad I checked my phone when I did. I probably waited like 20 minutes. So like, is she gonna stop? No, she hasn't realized. I never realized. I'm me.
I didn't even know. I didn't even notice. Like if I was hearing it, it was like nothing that like bothered me enough for my brain to compute. Drawing.
Huh?
Maybe after this, I feel like drawing. Maybe after this, I'll draw Anka or something.
Please?
Like do another picture of her because the other one is good. I still like it, but I would like to try doing another digital piece of her. Maybe I've improved since then. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Crab rangoon has been chopped. I'm as far away from my mic as I can, so you're not getting the noise. Because I know my ASMR is no. And I despise ASMR. So sadly, my coffee is a bust. I can't drink it. It's disgusting. Usually I make really good coffee, but this is really bad.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
That's alright. I have an energy drink that I shouldn't drink because I literally burned 300 calories yesterday and then just gained them all back because I decided to eat Chinese. My cat is guilting me from the couch. Here's some good ASMR.
Ooh, that was nice.
Okay. Honey? Are you going to
chewing? Yeah, sorry. I'm just chewing. I'm gonna see if I can finish my grits.
Oh my god, it's working.
They've gotten cold. What?
Twitch is working.
Yay! Watching now or something? Let me see.
It's weirdly like not on screen, but I still don't know why Bastion is up there.
Maybe he's just like in the background this whole time. Just nobody notices him. Maybe that's what I'll do. If we get done here, before 6, so there's like time for me to draw or whatever. Then maybe I'll listen to Bastion while I draw.
That sounds like a good idea. Okay.
Right. I think I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yummy. Uh-oh.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Alright, so, Anka, after sitting in the cold snow, completely stunned, I have added more cords to my collection. Hold on. This is ridiculous.
That was so like smooth with what you were saying. I was like, wait, how is her sitting in the what?
After sitting in the snow for what feels like a long time, but actually wasn't, because stun only usually lasts around, and that's about a minute. So you were about a minute laying in the snow, unable to move. You feel feelings start to come back into your body, and the shock of the sudden teleportation wears off. And you look out towards the forest. The forest itself doesn't look like it's too dangerous. It doesn't look like it doesn't look menacing, or yes, it's not a carnivorous forest. It's a coniferous
Yes.
forest.
Mm-hmm.
It's made of cones. Okay, that was a horrible joke. I'll see myself out.
It's a coney forest.
You shrug off the remnants of the shock for teleportation, and you start to walk forward. And I'm gonna assume you're just gonna keep going towards the forest.
She, doesn't see any time to waste. She makes sure that her hat is nice on her head if, it fell off her. And, she pats the pocket to make sure that the coins are still in there, all secured. Make sure she has everything she needs, and then she just sort of sets off, trudging through the snow.
Okay. And the snow starts to fall around you. It's still falling around you. And the time of day has shifted. It's not necessarily nighttime, but it is starting to move towards evening. Because we'll say you were teleported in Breverton around noon. So it's like jet lag, kinda. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Food hates me. So hold on. Apparently it's text Kelsey Day. I gotta text my mom. Hold on. So sorry.
It's okay.
It has to do with my daughter, so. And I just got the message.
Find out about daughters.
Just a little bit. Okay, sorry.
Uh-huh. Hope everything's good.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just really now is the time you need to message me 6,000 messages. Now is the time that you actually respond back to me. So there's a little bit of a nip in the air, but it's nothing you aren't used to. And you continue your walk to the forest, and nothing happens. Your feet crunching in the snow. And that's pretty much it. You're just gonna walk.
Cool.
There's
That's
really
great.
nothing happening. You don't see really any towns or anything in the distance. Sorry.
Doesn't see civilization anywhere. It's just,
Forest.
herself in the trees.
Yep.
Okay, it's, nothing she hasn't had to deal with before, just like traveling alone.
Yep.
She still does. She doesn't know exactly like what part of like did they show her like on a map where around she would be?
No. They didn't really. They didn't. When you got the census, they weren't able to exactly pinpoint her where she was.
But they told her like which forest it was, like
Yeah.
the forest of blah blah blah.
And you know the general area you're in.
Okay, she just likes to know where she is.
Yep.
Yes, usually when she travels and stuff, she like has out like a homemade maps and stuff, and is just trying to always make sure she knows where she is.
Oh yeah, you were given a map and everything of the area. I forgot to mention. I didn't think about it, but yes, you were given a map of the area and everything.
Okay, she would be looking at that and stuff while she's walking, but because it's still unfamiliar, so she would have her wits about her.
As you approach the forest, you walk for probably 2 hours through the snow. Starting to feel a little bit chilly now from the moisture seeping into your clothes and the general atmosphere around you. You start to get a feeling of everything is quiet. Quiet. Silent. Yeah. It almost reminds you of when you first came to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
That oppressive, if you make a noise, something bad could happen.
I don't know how like suspicious she would be of this, because like at the temple, like she at first she had trouble breaking the silence and stuff, but it was like a temple of the Raven Queen, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is so if it's like this sort of holy quietness, she maybe she wouldn't be as suspicious of it as she should have. Maybe she's just like, the Raven Queen is just watching over me. Like,
it doesn't
No,
it feels a little bit different. You get that prickling feeling on the back of your neck, like you're being watched or observed in some way, like you're a trespasser. Not necessarily the quiet of the Raven Queen temple, which brought you in.
Okay.
I am assuming you're gonna keep going?
Yes. If she's instinctually feeling like that, then she would, the frequency of her looking down at her map I think she would be even more on edge and like looking around and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit.
Huh?
I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. Yes. So You start to step into the forest and nothing happens. And as you walk in, I would like you to roll a perception check.
Plus...
How much?
Oh, 16 plus 6.
22. You're looking around expecting some sort of wildlife. Birds, squirrels, even a monster of some sort. And there's nothing. There's no...
It's creepy.
The only sounds you can hear are your own footsteps and the rustling of your clothes, which sound exponentially louder in the quiet around you. The trees are pressed pretty close together enough to where it has blocked out the sky, so everything is cast in a shadow.
Okay.
You've been in forests like this. You've been in forests before. You know kind of what to expect. But this isn't what... Let me think here.
Is it normal?
No, this is not normal.
Did you want to say something else, or can I?
Go ahead.
I think if she's been walking a while and like has just noticed these things, and if she knows what's in here and stuff, I think she's gonna stop and look around, like peering everywhere, obviously like she's looking for someone, and then she's gonna clear her voice. Hello, Miss Hag, if I could call you that. You know, I heard that you're in here and things are really creepy, so why don't you just come out and talk to me?
You wait. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. A minute. 5 minutes. And nothing happens. You hear no other sounds or voices. The terrain has started to become more rocky, and you continue your travel, your trek, not knowing where you're going, not knowing what to expect or what you're going to find. And then night falls. And still nothing.
Throughout the night?
Huh? No, I'm
Even
gonna
all
ask
throughout
you.
the night? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
My
ask
bad,
you.
go ahead.
Is Anka gonna take a rest?
What? Yes. I think she wants to set up camp,
Mm-hmm.
and she wants to make a fire.
Okay.
Noticed. And so she wants to make a fire and like stay up, like stay awake, just like watching, like in the darkness and like waiting. Like maybe hags come out at night more often, you know?
So you clear out the snow in an area, and you gather dry wood as much as you can find, snapping off the lower branches of some of these trees that were shielded more from the moisture of the snow. And you have no problem starting the fire. It crackles as you wait. You go into your trance for your rest, still keeping an ear out. but the rest is uneasy. You come out of it feeling, while rested, you do not take a point of exhaustion. I'm not going to do that to you.
Okay.
You feel good enough to function normally, but it's as if you only slept 4 hours, or you only rested for the actual 4 hours instead of your normal of 8, or your normal of being able to sleep. Go into your okay, because you're an elf, you do the 4-hour thing, so we'll say it feels like you only rested for 2 hours.
Okay.
There we go. Instead of, so it's like hat cutting.
Yeah, because she just stayed up. Okay.
So normally you would take a point of exhaustion if this was the case, but since you did rest, it just wasn't. It wasn't a very peaceful rest. So I'm not giving you a point of exhaustion. If you try to stay up through the night, you would get a point of exhaustion, and that would cut your. I think. Let me make sure. Exhaustion is no fucking joke.
Yeah.
Stunned exhaustion. You would have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Okay.
If you were going to stay up through the night. So I just want you to know, if you don't at least rest or sit and go into that trance for 4 hours, you will take a point, and that will be a very big hindrance.
Okay. So for this first night, where like I'm imagining she stays up all night that first time. Because she's expecting her to come. But if she doesn't, and the next night she does the same thing, I think at that point she would like take that 4 hours of meditation. Is that possible? Or
if that's what you want to, if you want to do that, yes. I'm not going to stop you, but as your DM, that's a very stupid thing to do.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Like sleeping?
Not
or like
sleeping
doing the meditation?
before.
Or not sleeping and then.
Not sleeping, because you don't have to sleep. You're only going into your 4-hour trance.
Yeah.
It's a very stupid thing to do, because if you do get into a fight, or if something happens, you will have disadvantage on all ability checks, and that means hitting as well.
Okay. That's different. Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's just ability checks. 3 levels is attack rolls. My bad. Sorry.
Oh.
But I'm going to say you were told that hags are very dangerous, and if you meet them, you need to be at your best. So if you decide to do this, just keep in mind there will be consequences.
But if they told me, if
they didn't specifically say make sure you sleep, but
no, well, no, because you're right. Like she's told about all that. Like, I mean, I could see her expecting that. Like I could see her expecting that. Like maybe when night falls, she'll come, and if she makes her fire and she sits expecting her to like come soon. Or to like, well, look, I'm a hag. I came. It's nightfall now. Then she would stay up expecting that. But if, an hour or 2 and like nothing has happened, then she would just be like, fuck it. And I'm tired. And she would do that.
Okay. Again, this is me not trying to metagame or tell you what to do, but this is me saying as a DM, it's a very dumb thing to do because you never know when she's gonna come. You do not know.
No, I appreciate that. I haven't had to experience having to deal with exhaustion stuff. So.
And I'm gonna go in because there's a trait that you get that is the sleep thing. So let me make sure that I get it right so I can give you exactly what it means. Because it's, but fuck you, come on. You don't need to sleep, but meditate semi-consciously for 4 hours a day. While meditating, you can dream after a fashion. Each such dreams are a mental exercise, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if it changed from, in 4th edition, it used to be you kind of were semi-aware So it was like in the lucid point of dreaming. But yes.
If her meditation isn't gonna put her like completely at risk anyways, I don't see why she wouldn't.
No, it's not like you're going into like I must. It's pretty much just 4 hours, just a semi-conscious awakeness or semi-conscious unconsciousness, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like
That makes sense.
It's kind of confusing if you've never played an elf before. Connie plays interesting races.
We played the Fearbolg, and that's basically it.
And the human.
And the human. Wait. Oh yeah, of course. Yes, the cleric.
Oh, my nose. Boy. That hurt. Okay, sorry. Eyes are watering. That hurt really bad. All right.
Crying over how awful I am at playing anything.
Oh, yeah. No. It totally wasn't because I just punched myself in the nose.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna leave it up to you what you want to do.
It makes sense. I think she would have done what we said, like she was expecting just to like meet this hag like that, but if at like a first hour of her like kind of waiting like with her fire and like nothing happened, she would have been like, okay, well, I'm gonna do my 4 hours. And if she comes, I'll still be here. I'm not like sleeping, so so it's like whatever. And she would, and then the next night, if she doesn't come that first night and the next night she does it again, she would just, she wouldn't like wait, she would just like kind of settle into meditating, but she's still like waiting for her.
Okay. Like I said, before we went into all of this, you go into your trance, and again, it's not restful. You can function. You do not take a point of exhaustion, which is fucking important.
You do not take what? Whoa, wait.
You do not take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
So.
No, I'm sorry. Something was weird with the mic, and it was like crackling and weird. That's why I was like, whoa.
Is it still doing it now?
No, you're good.
Okay. I don't know what the hell that was. This mic's kind of old, so.
Okay. Go ahead.
You come to consciousness, or you wake back up in the morning, a little bit stiff from sleeping against a tree. Your fire has died, has now been put out by the more rapidly falling snow around you. And you set out again. And you get closer to the more uphill and rocky area of this forest, where the rock cliffs, where there are large rock cliffs, nothing like a mountain, but I wish I could explain this better because I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know if I'm explaining it right. Made out of limestone and more loose rock. And I would like you to roll another perception check.
Hey, perception check.
I'm gonna have you start. You haven't rolled very much this time around. I'm sorry.
Oh, dang. Another 17. Here we go. And then my perception is +6. So, 23.
You are focused highly on the area around you. Hold on. Looking for this dangerous creature that you were warned about. Sorry, I'm pressing on my mic. That might be causing the crackling issue. I
don't hear it anymore, but
dangerous, tricky creature of a hag that you've been looking for, and you hear a slight crunch behind you in the rock cliff, and at the corner of your eye you see some rocks fall. Just small pebbles falling. You whip your head around just enough to see a figure dart back into the rock face.
Okay.
And as you're scanning up to the cliff for anything, because you have seen no sign of movement or life in this forest besides trees, not even insects have really come out, especially the deeper you've gotten.
Is the flora also looking different?
No, looks pretty normal. I mean, it's covered in snow, so it looks like it's in a more hibernative state.
Mm-hmm.
But where did my brain go? Sorry, I just was talking and then my just trailed off.
Darted back, but I saw it. Pebbles falling. Yes.
And because you rolled so goddamn high, the figure was hunched over and small. You were told that hags generally disguise themselves when presented to other people as another way of tricking them, as tricking the people that they are after or into getting what they want, whether it's a beautiful human or beautiful thing, animals. They are this didn't look like what you were expecting. And you didn't give much of a glance because it was so quick. But as you're scanning the rock face, you can see a small opening in the side.
Okay. So
just big enough
what she's gonna do
that a human could fit through. Sorry.
Okay. So as soon as she hears anything at all, like the fact that she hasn't heard anything except for herself for however long she's been here, like for her that's like, oh, finally, and she's not just about to like write it off. And so as soon as she hears anything, she like spins around and like takes out her rapier, like expecting for like a figure like to be fully there. And when it darts back into the tree line, she just immediately runs after it. Go over there and she shouts, "Hey!" And she wants to go towards this opening.
Okay. The opening is probably about 10 feet up in the rock face. So.
Okay.
And that's where you saw the figure. You didn't see the figure disappear into the trees. You saw the figure disappear into the rocks.
Yeah, it wasn't into the rocks. Okay.
Just want to make sure I explained that correctly.
No problem. She is going to. She looks up at these rocks. She puts her rapier back, and out to it like, "Is that you, hag? Coming out! I've been waiting for you." And then she wants to try to climb up to there.
Okay. That would be athletics if you want to climb this wall.
Athletics. An 11 plus 7, 18.
Okay, that is more than enough to find some footholds in the rock face. This isn't like hard stone. It's limestone. So I don't know if you have experience with limestone. It's very crumbly and it does break. But you managed to find some spots that were just strong enough for you to hoist yourself up and climb into this little hole. And what you find is a small cavern. Not a cave. It's not a cave system. You scan through the dark in this already darkened forest and you see just four walls. You see just a carved out area. Doesn't go very deep, but there is signs of that something was here. But there's nothing in there now. There's a fire pit that was covered up. There is a drying rack for meat that has some tanned leather and meat hanging from it. There is a worn bedroll, but nothing else. And there's some piles of items in like a bag. But other than that, that's really it.
This looks super innocent, but she's been told many times that hags are tricksy, and they are tricksy creatures, and so she's still completely on her guard. And now that she's in here, and it's not big enough like for her to like stand in, right? Or
no, it's big enough for you to stand in. Because Anka's not super tall. Anka's normal. Well, it's enough for a normal human to walk in. It's probably about 10 feet up. So we'll say about 20 feet in diameter around.
Yeah, the only thing I have written in her height in D&D Beyond is tall, ? But, man, yeah. All my characters.
It's about 10 feet high up into, it's about 10 or so feet up and 20 feet in diameter. Yeah, you're fine. You can fit into this hole.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so she's stood up straight. She's completely on her guard, like kind of in a defensive position. And she takes out her rapier again, just in case. But she's gonna call in. Like she doesn't know much about magic stuff. I mean, she's done her research, but she's still like a fighter at heart. So like she's just assuming that with some tricksy magics, that this whatever she saw, she knows she saw something, is like invisible, or in the rock somehow, or something. And like what does she know about it? So she is gonna call in. She's gonna be like, now I know I saw something come in here. I know I got this sword out, but I don't want to hurt anybody, and I just want to make a deal. Come on out.
Honey, I love you.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh, only you would call out to a hag like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
Maybe Juniper would.
No, well, Anka.
You keep peeling your eyes, looking for something. And based off your previous perception check, because we're not going to have you roll perception 6,000 times, that's just stupid. You see just the tiniest glint of movement. And I would like you... Where's my stuff? Hold on, I gotta pull up this thing. Let me make sure I have everything at my access. That's not what I wanted. Okay, seriously? Why is my link working? Why? You suck. Okay, apparently this is just gonna fight me because I have a link saved and it's like, yeah, no.
Good one, Alvin.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was reading what Alvin was saying.
I just need these spells. Apparently none of my links are working. Why are you me? So hold on, I gotta look this up.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh, hold on. If you're gonna look something up, I think my mom's trying to talk to me.
Okay. Now I want to mute yourself.
Mom, were you calling me? Oh, gracias.
Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna have to look up each individual spell because for some reason nothing.
Sorry.
And I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, here we go. 12 plus 3 is 15. See?
I'm here, I'm just looking.
Okay.
15.
15.
You
To me, that's a fail.
look forward.
Okay.
A line of lightning shoots from you as you see this figure come into focus. Now, if you remember, you were also told not to look directly at a hag.
Oh no.
So you avert your eyes, but this means you cannot completely dodge the lightning that is coming at you.
Hmm?
Oh shit.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, this is good, you know?
That's a lot of
I've rolled into
damage.
good. Oh no. Okay.
Where's my other D8? I have another D8. Where's my other D8? Pray that I roll low. I rolled pretty low. I'm not rolling very low. Shit. Okay. Let me do some math here.
Do some calculations. Click, click, click.
34 lightning damage.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
8d6.
30. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, well. There we go. I'm at 80.
Okay. And I would like you to roll initiative.
Okay. Well, no, this makes sense considering what just happened. Oh, well, ooh. Well, I rolled an 8, but I have a +8 initiative, so 16.
You might beat her. I don't think hers is very good. What was her hit points? Okay. Okay. I told you you're gonna have one more round of combat before you ended. Okay. So let me write down her AC so I don't have to keep scrolling. And like this. And she used 1/3 spell. Okay, so you are unable to dodge this streak of lightning, and it courses through you and through your muscles, and you feel the pain as it streaks down your skin and almost sizzles your flesh as, ow!
Ugh. Well, it smells great in here now, but, does this put her on the ground? Is she prone?
No.
Okay, so...
No.
Am I first initiative, or...?
Yes, you are first in initiative.
Okay, my bad. She goes, fuck, and she kind of stumbles slightly to the side, like, and I think that she wants. She puts a hand up and she goes, wait, I'm trying to strike a deal here, and but she's still gonna take out her gun and
Honey,
try to.
I fucking love Anka. I love her so much.
It's
But you're so dumb. That's
so
so dumb.
what is she do?
It's so in character. No. I'm not stopping this.
Okay, great.
Oh my god. And you glance up as she's pointing like, please stop. I want to strike a deal. And the crackling magic fades.
Huh?
And now I gotta do this voice. Oh shit, I'm not ready for this.
Don't you want my firstborn daughter or something?
Oh god, I'm not ready for this. Oh god, stop it. Just, you're fine.
I'm so excited.
You can do this. You can do this. You can do this.
You can do it.
Well, that's I can say I didn't expect that. Sorry, her voice is really hard to do.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Not many would seek me out. And don't worry, with that statement, I can't tell you not. Let me see your face. Don't worry, I won't do anything. Yet.
Okay.
Fucking
Anka.
Damn it.
What?
No, I'm having a Matt Mercer moment. Go ahead.
I don't know what that means, but okay. And Anka is in this defensive position, head turned away and hand up, but still pointing her gun, and she sort of relaxes just a little bit. Listening to this, she's not gonna get shocked again, at least maybe right now. And she goes, well, I've been told I'm a pretty unexpected kind of person. And then she
Can you say that again?
Sorry, she says, well, I've been told I'm a pretty unexpected kind of person. Stupid. And she when she says that she wants her to look at her, she makes a face and she covers her eyes with her hand, and she looks up, but she can't see her, but her head is up. She still has her gun out, just in case, but she's not gonna shoot.
You hear some footsteps as you're not looking, but you hear it, and they're not normal footsteps. Not like the steady steps, or I keep saying steps over, but the steady walking that you would expect from a human, but instead it sounds dragging and what now?
So scary.
Sorry. Okay, just making sure it was nothing important. As how hard are you listening?
Listening very hard.
Okay, then I'm gonna have you roll medicine.
Hold on, let me see. 9 + 2 is 11.
You can't really tell, but again, it doesn't sound normal. It sounds pained. and scraping. But you can't, just listening, you can't exactly tell why. And
I'm gonna roll for something. Okay. Can you give me a second, please? Wait, hold up.
I can give you a second.
What is it? I'm doing something.
Ay, no. Ya me voy con papi
Ajá.
a su fiesta, a su cumpleaños de su amiga. If I cannot go, porque eso se va con Dani.
Bueno,
¿Ok? Y se puede poner esta cosita que es bonita
sí.
con unos tights blue. o algo
Sí.
así.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Love you.
No,
Me, this is a really important part. We're in the middle of recording.
es porque me-
Okay, goodbye. Okay, here I am.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Why am I apologizing? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah,
What happened.
you can't tell.
Okay, now I remember.
You can't tell why. What's wrong with the walking? You can just tell something is wrong.
Anka is like kind of surprised at this, but she's like still half convinced that it might be a trick. She's still gonna wait to see if she can parse if any of that is real or not. When they said not to look directly at her, like directly at her face, or
You were told that some hags have hold on. Have a ability to drive someone insane, or while they're in an illusory appearance. I mean, when they're disguised.
okay,
That they always meet somebody in disguise as a way to break down their guard. That and that they have the ability to charm if you look at them.
look at them
In the
in
eyes.
the eyes.
Yes.
In the eyes. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay. I think she's curious about this, and she's still kind of thinking that maybe it's a trick. But like like she still has her eyes shielded, but she's like kind of peeking under so that she could see like the ground, and maybe try to look at her leg or something. Only like a little bit, like her feet. I do it like a investigation.
Yeah, go. I would say perception for this one.
Perception. Okay. It's a 1.
You go to look, and you stop right at her feet, and like, no, this is. I have a job. I can't get. And you look immediately away. Like, you can't risk.
Yeah. Yeah. She's thinking for sure that it's probably just a trick.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just trying to make her look. Okay, so she's gonna keep her eyes shielded. Okay. She waits. She still has her gun out, and like she's listening really closely. And if she's getting closer, she's gonna like try to keep her gun pointed to like about where she thinks she is.
The movement stops. So you came to seek me out, knowing what I am.
Anka nods.
I am.
She says,
What forbidden or desire would someone like you have?
She says, she says, you need to go to the Astral Sea. Oh, wait, no. She needs to go to Sigil. That was the name of the city, right?
The hag doesn't answer. At least, not. And then she chuckles. And
give me a second. Here I am. Go ahead.
She laughs. I'm not doing the laugh again.
It was good. I enjoyed it when I heard it.
But you hear the shuffling again as she's moved and is looking at you and has almost, from what you can hear, it look like she's circling you, like looking you over. And you get the distinct feeling that it's like a bird stalking its prey. Like a bird stalking its prey. Sorry.
Yeah. Can Anka say something?
Yeah.
She's doing that, and like she's like still kind of trying to follow her where she can hear her stepping. She goes, kind of nervously, like what you see?
No. That is a hefty task to ask.
You can't do it?
I did not say that. Why do you wish to go on such a journey such as this? Surely someone as yourself has so much to look. And she stops. So much life left to live. And she coughs again. No, this is canon. She is physically coughing.
Yes. Okay. Anka, it's a face, but she says, I'm looking for someone, and I'm trying to save my friends.
She steps away and starts to go back towards the other end.
Anka is sort of like,
I have no interest in philanthropy.
I'm not asking you to just give it to me.
What would you be willing to give up for a task such as this? It's a hefty price to pay.
She's gonna think.
Why shouldn't I just kill you now and take whatever I want?
She kind of chuckles. She says, well, You don't sound so good, old lady. I don't know if there's anything I have that's valuable to you. I'll be willing to give it up. What is it that you need?
You say this, yet you are afraid to look at me. You are afraid of me.
Yes.
What?
Yes. She says yes.
You hear the familiar crackling of electricity. Nothing happens yet, but you hear it.
Anka, like, cocks her gun. Doesn't shoot, but...
If you are too afraid to look me in the eye, then I have nothing to give you. And I'd like you to roll another dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
My god, I'm so tense. This is so good. Okay. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, my lowest is a 4, and 4 plus 3 is 7. Sucks.
9. 18 damage. As once again, the electricity courses through you. It doesn't feel as, I will say this, it doesn't feel as powerful as it did last time. The electricity leaves your limbs quicker, and you're not as shell-shocked as the last time. And as she shoots this arc of electricity, if you try to kill me, you will not get what you want. And it's almost whispered directly into your ear.
Okay, weirdly enough, this is like not what Anka was expecting. She was expecting like a hack to be like, "Ooh, what deal?" And like be tricky, but not that she wouldn't even like want to enter a deal. Do you know what I mean? So she's just sort of caught off guard. Well, okay, here's what she's gonna do. She's gonna remove her hand from her eyes, and she wants to shoot her in the leg. Do that?
Yep. You move your hands and you look around and you don't see anything. You go to aim at where the hag was last, and there's nothing there.
Wait. Wait. No, wait. This is so frustrating. Okay, how I'm feeling right now is exactly how Anka's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So she like kind of peeks out with her hands like ready to shoot whatever she sees, and she doesn't see anything, and she lowers her hand all the way, and she's like kind of looking around kind of desperately like ag. And she starts moving about the cave with her gun up.
You hear the voice in your ear again. If you are truly willing to risk it all, you would not be hiding your sight. And about 5 feet to your left, she comes back into sight.
She wants to shoot her.
Are you looking away?
She wants to get a good shot. No, she does not look away. She wants to get a good shot of her leg.
Roll an attack.
It's been a while. Okay,
that's exactly why we're doing this, not why she's fighting.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah. 9, and then my hit / DC is a +7, so I add that, right? Okay.
Yep.
9 + 7 is 16.
You get the view finally of this hag, and again, not what you were expecting. You expect, again, you were told explicitly that they do not reveal their true form unless it is absolutely necessary. But there in front of you stands the hag, and you raise your gun to shoot at her gnarled leg coming out from these tattered, ripped clothing. And she steps to the side, and your bullet pierces into the limestone wall.
Okay.
And her smile cracks across her face, her saggy, wrinkly skin.
Anka, now is not the time to. Well.
And she smiles.
Mm-hmm.
Menacing. And you get that feeling on the back of your neck again of prickling fear. Not like magic is invading your mind. You don't feel any of this, but you feel afraid.
She's afraid, and like, but she's kind of like gives like a, and she's like sweating because like, she's heard so much awful things, and like obviously she looks awful, but
this is the time I'd like to remind you, you do have 3 attacks per turn.
I do.
So you can shoot, reload.
That's what I
I just want to make sure.
And she's gonna take a second shot, but as she takes the second shot, she says, this is so bad, but like it's in character, so I have to do it. She says, like, as she tries to shoot her again, the same, like in the leg, she says, wish I kept my eyes closed so I didn't have to look at that ugly face. She tries to shoot her again in the leg.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank God. 19 + 7, 26.
You ring off a shot, and this time you look at her, and you're able to focus a little bit better, and you get a shot in the leg. Roll damage.
This is so nerve-wracking. Okay, 6 + 3, 9.
Did you roll a d10?
Yeah, I did a d10.
Okay, just make it. Okay.
Yeah.
It hits her in the leg, and she reels back, and She looks up again and smiles at you. Here's what I was looking for. And you hear that whisper into your ear again.
Ugh. Let me think. What would she do?
What? Come here. Asshole. There's no food up here. There's no food up here. He's looking for it too.
Okay. So she readies another shot, and she steps closer. She steps closer to the hag, but she hasn't. She's not firing yet.
You wouldn't be able to fire yet because. Oh wait, no, you can use a bonus action to reload.
Yeah, I have 3 more. I have 1 more attack.
I forgot that we gave you the firearm feat, which I think gives you a bonus action to attack. I'll have to recheck that because otherwise you have to reload a gun.
Oh, I have to reload it after 2?
After 1. So it's shoot, reload, shoot, but I think you can reload on bonus action, so I'll check.
Okay. So then my second shot, I would have reloaded between there.
Yeah. Let me double check. I'll double check that now. It's not gonna matter too much. She doesn't disappear.
She steps closer. And she says, okay, I'm looking at you.
I wanted to see how much fight was left in those eyes. How much drive and life.
It's like you can use some of that, huh?
She breathes out, and looking at her, it's again. I'd like you to roll insight. If you're actually okay, hold on. If you're actually looking at her and trying to like figure something out, like read her, I'll have you roll insight. But I want to stop asking you and like kind of railroading you.
Oh no, it's okay.
I'm trying my best not to, but I do realize I'm.
Yeah, no. I mean, her eyes were covered before. I think now that she's like fine, I'll freaking look at her. That she would like actually study her now. So, I'll. Okay, it's 5 plus 6, 11.
You were told that this was a powerful creature. You were told this was a powerful creature of dark, evil magic. Looking in front of you, all you can tell is that this isn't what you expected. You expected more. Yes, the lightning hurt, but it wasn't. You've been hit by other magic. That didn't feel any different. You can't tell exactly what's wrong because you've never seen a hag, but it's not. None of this is what you expected.
I feel that Anka's being really cautious because of everything she's been told, and so she's not like putting down her guard, and she's not fully convinced that this person is actually kind of weak. I think that
you can't tell if it's
it's not what she's expecting. It's like not what she was expecting, a powerful creature. But if it's not that, then her mind is still gonna be like, this is just a trick. So no matter what way this hag is presenting herself, she is not going to be trusting, which is, it's kind of hard for her because, she isn't like someone who attacks someone who's down unless they're obviously, an asshole. Well, which is exactly it. Like, this hag has attacked her, is obviously evil, and she doesn't know if her acting like this is real or if it's just to try to play on her like sympathy to like, not attack someone who's already injured. Do you know what I mean? And so, she's not lowering her weapon, but she's not attacking it. She's not going to attack again yet. And this is like a long time to be on her turn because then like in between actions and stuff. So feel free to like say whatever or like to stop or to stop me. But she she makes this face like this very not trusting, very suspicious, and she says, I don't know anything about you magic people, but I know that you're not all that you seem. So, but if you really do need a little bit of help going on, and like not like help like actual physical help, but like like more vitality, more life. And she kind of like looks her up and down. And I'd like to put that on the table if you're willing to discuss terms. She's not good at this. But she's trying.
Obviously. I love
She
this.
is so bad.
This is great.
Okay.
She pulls back her hands and crosses her long, thin fingers in front of her slowly and leans in. I don't think I've ever had a prey quite so easily.
That's horrible.
Yes, what I require and what you will give me one way or the other, elf, is your life. Now, you are seeking something. Is it for pleasure? Revenge? What vendetta does this Shadar-kai in front of me have?
So uncomfortable. Great job, Kelsey. Amazing. Really, really great. She just says revenge or revenge.
And what you are seeking is in Sigil? She leans in just a little bit more, and her leg that you'd shot that was obviously bleeding, but the other is cricked and disjointed in a way that it scrapes across the stone floor as she just takes a couple of steps towards you. Hands still folded, crossed under her chin.
next stage of my journey isn't Sigil.
If you are willing to give up your life to get there, I require more information. Consider this the second part of our deal.
Oh my god, I'm like nervous. When you say you want my life, oh, I still need that right now. I'll complete my mission. And would you take it? I'm done.
She looks you up and down, and that smile grows. Her mismatched, jagged teeth clench together in a grin. I will not take your life now, child of shadow and fate. If that is not what you want, I have the means, but I require more than a promise.
What else do you need? Besides information.
If you don't succeed on your quest, I don't get what I want. So I want to know what you're doing. And she cricks her head as she's talking, and it's so unnatural. It cricks and jerks to the side. Her wisping white hair matted and thin as it ticks with her head.
Okay. Anka, I'm looking for a lich that took the souls of my crew.
She laughs in a hoarse, gargling, and almost coughing. You know what you're looking for, Shadarkai. Her head ticks back the other way.
Anka's having kind of similar reaction. She's not making noises, but she's like making faces of like, you know, whenever she hears the sound.
And I think we might be able to come up with a deal. I will give you a way to track this lich you are seeking. And I will even be generous enough to send to help you get to the City of Doors.
Okay.
In exchange, you will pact. We will have a pact. And when you finish your mission, I will take what is left of your life.
Will my soul be untouched?
Roll an insight.
3 plus 6 is 9.
She makes a face. You can tell her face shifts, but it doesn't. You can't tell why. Her smile doesn't seem to change. But I will not touch your soul, if that is what is willed. She's speaking through her teeth now.
Vicious. Take whatever's left of my physical life. The time comes, but hey, my soul and my ending, that belongs to the Raven Queen, as do the souls of my crew. So
my deal is with you. I have no interest in the feedings of a lich. I want your life as it is. And she stops and she's thinking. As it stands now. You may complete your mission. Whether you do is up to you. But when you perish, that life, that essence, will be mine.
Oh.
Do we have a deal? I can tell you exactly what she's offering if you don't quite understand.
Okay. Yeah, just so that I make sure. When she dies.
When she dies.
When she dies. And whatever way that happens when she dies.
Mm-hmm.
The hag will just have the life and like the youth.
Yeah, no, her soul will.
Right? Her soul is gonna be fine.
Her soul will be fine.
And okay, because that's all she cares about. Like she's like, okay, well, if I have to die, then I have to die. But when she says like when you perish, so if she doesn't perish during her journey, it's like of no interest to her whether she does or not. But
so if you perish, just because I want you to make sure this is clear, because I'm not going to give you all the details, but I'll give you to what you would know right now. When you die, if you die before the mission, no matter what time, when you die,
and no matter when it happens, yeah,
she's going to take the life, Anka's life. But
yes.
if you complete your mission, that is the end of the deal, and Anka will die.
Okay. Yes.
And that life
Perfect.
will be transferred to the hag.
Okay.
Or what is left of it.
Okay, that was my understanding. Okay, good. Anka is 100% okay with that. And she honestly she hears that and she just like doesn't seem like she cares, or not that she like doesn't care, but it seems like a great deal to her. She nods and she says she lowers the gun and she says, sounds like a good deal to me.
And the hag starts to step towards you again. And then the deal is struck. Anka of the Raven Scorn. And she puts out her hand.
Like she puts out her hand like for it to be shaken.
Yep.
She looks down on it, like obviously uncomfortable, and but it's also with this expectation of like, yes, this is like something that was expected or something she's always been like ready to do, like.
Mm-hmm.
And so she after a second of just looking at it, she takes it and gives it a firm handshake. She's just completely willing to do that.
The minute your hand comes in contact and touches palm to palm with the hag's, an intense pain shoots through Anka.
Ouch.
It almost feels as if your arm, by every muscle and vein, is being split and torn open. And I would like you to roll a con check. Con save.
Okay. I know what this is. Here we go. 5 plus 7 is 12.
Okay. Anka staggers as the pain is so immense. She starts screaming.
Yeah.
White,
scream, but
hot. And the pain travels from one arm across your chest to the other hand, where it intensifies. Another con save.
Okay. 11 plus 7. 18.
This time you're able to grit back the screams and the feeling of almost diving into that unconsciousness. But you manage to hold your ground. And as your eyes shut, as this, you close your eyes because you just can't see, you can't think. All you know is pain, like you've never felt. The pain of the teleportation completely forgotten. And then it fades. You have no idea how long this lasted, but it felt like hours. And as it fades, your hands are throbbing, aching. And you're on your knees in front of the hag, still gripped on, both hands on her, squeezing tight. And all you see is her grin as you look up at her, tears streaming down your cheeks. And then she lets go.
Okay.
You can't move your hands. You can't they're throbbing. And you look down, and there are 2 circular markings on both palms. On your left is a compass that, as of now, is just spinning. It's a marked into your hand, a spinning compass. Bright red, seared into your gray skin. On the other hand is what looks like a clock, with both hands pointed at midnight. You are weak. Your limbs are shaking. You're holding your hands on the ground as you've lost all motor control. And then, con save. As one of her palms comes up and touches your forehead.
17 plus 7. 24.
More pain streaks across your head as your body, again, you feel that familiar sensation of squeezing. As your body feels like it's going to be sucked through a hole, and in your ear, you hear, good luck. And you are teleported.
Okay.
You manage to stay awake as the colors and the sounds of rushing you can't hear as the pressure on your ears has pushed onto your eardrums. But you fight through the pain as once again you land, but this time instead of snow into the soft, cold ground, you hit stone with a Welcome to Sigil.
Okay.
And that's where we're gonna leave it off.
So awesome. So awesome. Oh my god.
That could have gone so badly, Anka. Okay, hold on.
Went exactly how I expected it to go.
I am going to be running Bastions Part 2 on Wednesday, so don't worry, I'm going to get this up, and then I'll put Bastions up, and then that. But I'm shaking so hard right now.
You did such a good job. My heart was beating so loud.
Now we will have the post commentary, as we always do, because we ended actually on time today. I'm so happy. That was only like 4 hours.
So perfect. It was perfect. Oh my god. That made me so happy. Thank you, Kelsey. You're so awesome. You're such a good DM. What the heck? Oh my god. That was so scary.
So, thank you guys for watching. Anybody who stuck around or watched, I appreciate it. Again, I'll be running Bastion, and I'll try to have everything up and running by that point. Hopefully Twitch doesn't fight me. But,
yes.
Alright, I'm going to end the stream now, and thank you guys, and
bye.
it was nerve-wracking!
You did so good!